Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another Steelers recap video. And before we get into this video, I want to take this time to wish everyone a happy new year. I'm currently recording this on the 1st January of 2024, and wow, 2023 is finally over. Just want to take this time to wish all my subscribers a happy new year. Last night was pretty fun. I was spending time with family, so I got time to do this video right now. But today I am recapping the Steelers game that happened yesterday. We played the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, and wow, what a game! The Steelers get the W 30 to 23 over the Seahawks, and we have improved to 9-7 on the season. And that would do it, guys. Mike Tomlin once again has his 18th season without a losing record. So I mean, what are you gonna do with that, man? Who gives a fuck about what Mike Tomlin accomplished? But with this win, it's guaranteed that Mike Tomlin will have his 18th season as a non-losing season. But whatever. And this game was in Seattle. And another fun fact is that this is the first time since, I believe, 1983, the Pittsburgh Steelers have defeated the Seahawks in Seattle. It's been so many years since we got on our first win in Seattle. Like I said, the last time we beat the Seahawks in Seattle was 1983. Correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize. But what a game. All I can say is two words for you. Mason Rudolph, man. Mason Rudolph, two starts in a row, and this team has scored over 30 points in back-to-back games. Like, holy shit. And look, Mason Rudolph, I said this in my last video, holy shit, where has this guy been? Back in 2019, I was criticizing this guy after he got his head bashed by a Cleveland Browns helmet. It was Myles Garrett who did it. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy gets too many concussions. I even saw Mason Rudolph. I'll say this again and I'll say it twice. I always thought that Mason Rudolph was our quarterback. And I'm just looking at this kid, I'm like, oh my god, no. This is when Big Ben started. Still, please start Big Ben. And then we got Kenny Pickett. I actually thought Kenny Pickett was the guy, but now Kenny Pickett, people just lost faith in Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett did not have a great. Kenny Pickett did not have a good ass fucking season. Holy shit. And now he got hurt multiple times. And now you bring in the kid, Mason Rudolph. Mitch Trubisky is just set sail. That douchebag is way gone. But Mason Rudolph, two starts that he has, scores over 30 points for the Steelers. Holy shit. I don't know what I can say about this game. Holy shit. This offense, after seeing a horrendous performance by this offense all season, Mason Rudolph starts, and everyone's just participating in this offensive, showing in this game. Najee Harris, George Pickens, man. George Pickens with an unbelievable catch. It was a diving catch from Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph, he just calm, take deep breaths. That play that he had, this amazing pass to George Pickens, man. Holy shit. George Pickens, man, you were out balling in this game. 7 receptions, 131 yards. Mason Rudolph didn't throw any touchdown, which is unfortunate. But he did what he had to do out there. Najee Harris, man, holy shit. This is a guy that everyone criticized. Holy shit. Najee Harris, 27 yards, 122 yards with 2 touchdowns. The 2 touchdowns that Najee Harris had, the first one, it looked like the ball came out, but he just got it over the goal line. And the second one, oh my god, that's what I like to see with the offensive line. The second touchdown, Najee Harris, it looked like he got stopped. But the offensive line helped him carry the ball over the goal line, getting the score. Mason Rudolph did not look good at the beginning of the game, but we turned that mistakes into a good drive with Mason Rudolph. And Mason Rudolph, he does what he needs to do as a quarterback. And what Mason Rudolph did in this game, that's not what Mitch would do. That's not what Kenny would do. Mason Rudolph with the deep passes, that's just that. And Jalen Warren had a touchdown. Jalen Warren scored the first score of the game. It was a pitch play by Mason Rudolph to Jalen Brown for the touchdown. Jalen Warren had 13 carries, 75 yards, man. I love it. Especially the stiff arm. The stiff arm that Najee Harris had. Jalen Warren had a huge stiff arm last week. And now Najee Harris with this huge play, he was going to his left, and then a huge stiff arm by Najee Harris. That's what I love to fucking see. But holy shit, Deontay Johnson, I believe Deontay Johnson fumbled the ball. It was ruled a interception, but looking at the stats, it was not considered an interception. I think it was a fumble. They say that Mason Rudolph might have threw an interception, but I think it was a fumble by Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson, 4 receptions, 76 yards. Pat Freiermuth, 3 receptions, 44 yards. But George Pickens went out balling in this game. George Pickens, obviously, and oh my God. And that's just that. And I want to get on it. And just like that, kudos to the offense, man. Offense played great. There's nothing really to talk about. The only, I don't know, like, I didn't really see the game. Nothing really bad to say about the offense. Probably the only bad thing I have to say about this game is defense. Let me talk about the Steelers' defense. The Steelers' defense just was getting absolute killed out there, especially the corners. Joey Porter Jr. People have been talking about this guy to start for us, but Joey Porter Jr. could not cover DK Metcalf at all. DK Metcalf completely killed us. This entire Seahawks receiving core killed us. This defense had no answer. This defense was struggling all game. Like, holy shit. JBJ had trouble defending DK. He gets hurt, and then in comes who was it? It was, oh yeah, that douchebag. It was Levi Wallace, and it was some other guy that wasn't a starter. He was giving us issues. It was Levi Wallace, and who the fuck was the other douchebag? That I forgot the other douchebag's name. I think it was like, I don't remember, but he was like absolute garbage. But the corners got absolute just giving up big play after big play. And this whole secondary just was a huge mess. On top of that, the only thing I have to say about the defense is Nick Herbert, man. Nick Herbert big is just an absolute beast, man. I love this guy. Nick Herbert is just absolute beast, causing the only fumble. I think it was the only sack of the game. This defense struggled to get to Geno Smith, and Nick Herbert, in the most crucial time, sacks Geno Smith and gets the fumble. Geno Smith loses the ball. Nick Herbert is in there to cause the forced fumble, and we pick it up. What a huge play! We needed that. Like, holy moly! But holy shit! DJ Watt was shaken up. I believe DJ Watt collided with someone on the Seahawks side. I think it was like Walker or something. Kenneth Walker. Oh yeah, Kenneth Walker. 10 yards, 53 yards. Kenneth Walker had a touchdown. And then Jackson Smith, he jacked Bob had for surprisingly, Tyler Lockett was pretty quiet. He only had 1 reception. It was 10 yards. Tyler Lockett, I love him. Tyler Lockett, I've been a fan of him ever since. Tyler Lockett is a beast. I like TK Metcalf is a beast as well. But like I said, this entire Steelers defense, corners, like, holy shit, secondary, just giving up play by play. Like, holy shit, like, oh my God. But overall, George Pickens balled out, man. That unbelievable one-handed catch by George Pickens. It was not like an actual one-handed catch. It was kind of like a diving catch. But oh my God, I was like, how the hell did George Pickens catch that? Like, holy shit. But kudos to Mason Rudolph. People are saying that, we finally found our guy, but we have to see. I'm just saying this. Kenny Pickett, I don't know. Mitch Trubisky, ugh, absolutely not. But like I don't know if Kenny Pickett, ugh, I just lost faith in him. And my own thought is like we should start Mason Rudolph the rest of 2024, like no doubt. And during the off season, we need to pick up a quarterback in the draft, especially. I don't think Mason Rudolph is going to be a franchise quarterback. I think he's just gonna be a temporary quarterback until we find an actual franchise quarterback. And then we need help on the defense. Like I don't trust fucking Levi Wallace at all. That guy is a absolute pathetic performance. Patrick Peterson is in his prime. Patrick Peterson, look, I was pumped up about getting Patrick Peterson, but oh my god, I did not know this guy was that bad. He's getting old and he's past his prime. Patrick Peterson just needs to call it quits. Maybe get into the Hall of Fame like Big Ben. Like holy shit. But this defense, man, struggled, and the offense was doing their job. Like, it's just funny because the defense would do well one game, and then the offense. That's just how this inconsistent this team has been. Like, holy shit. Like, but this is what we needed. Mason Rudolph balled out, and for the first time in back-to-back games, we actually scored over 30 points. Like, all of our other games been under, like, 30 points, like 30, 20, I don't even know. But it was bad, our offense. But Najee Harris balled out. George Pickens balled out. This whole offense balled out. We were getting aggressive. I love how Mason Rudolph gets aggressive. We were aggressive, fourth and down a couple times, going for the quarterback sneak. That's what I like to see. At the beginning of the game, Mason Rudolph didn't play too well. The first drive ended in a failed. We were going for it, I believe, on fourth down, and then we didn't get it. And then I think, yeah, George Pickens actually got a really nice catch at one point and then fumbled. Thankfully, the ball went out of the bounds. We almost lost the ball like twice. Well, we lost the ball twice when Deontay Johnson fucking fumbled the fucking ball. But overall, after those mistakes, Mason Rudolph played great. And all the Steeler fans like myself, owes Mason Rudolph an apology. And I'd like to apologize to Mason Rudolph. Oh man, I apologize for criticizing you. You're great. You played great the last two games, and now the question is Mike Tomlin have the balls to start Mason Rudolph? Because before this fucking game, he's like, oh, if Kenny's healthy, Kenny's gonna start. But oh my god, he's just forcing injuries now. Like holy shit. And look, this team has one final game, and people are saying that can we make the playoffs? Just to let you guys know, in order for the Steelers to make the playoff, honestly, this team doesn't deserve to be in the playoff. Like, holy shit, like, this team is absolute garbage this season. Like, holy shit, like, what's the point of making this? It's just no fucking point if we make the playoff. It's like we have no business being in the playoffs, just like that one playoff run that we had no business being in. That was Ben Roethlisberger's last game. Anyways, it was against Kansas City in the first round. We got absolutely obliterated. But we have no business making the playoff. If the Steelers were to make the playoff, we would have to beat Baltimore next week in Baltimore. We would have to have, I believe, the Dolphins beat Buffalo. Yeah, we have to have the Miami beat Buffalo, and then we would have to have Tennessee beat Jacksonville, which I don't think is going to happen. And then I think we have to have the Colts and the Texans and in the tie, which is definitely not going to happen. But anyways, I just want the season to end. Beat the Ravens next week. We play a Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time in our season finale. But I just want us to skip the playoffs. This team just too not. We've been through a lot this season, and we're just not playoff material. So that's just that. But the Steelers get the job done, 30-23. With this win, it looks like Mike Tomlin is going to have another winning season. Like, what the fuck are you going to do about that? And I heard that we're going to extend Mike Tomlin. Kill me, please. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this recap video. Once again, Happy New Year. I hope you guys enjoyed your 2023. I'm Bruin Steel. The Steelers improved to 9-7, and we play the season finale in Baltimore next week against the Ravens, who are playing great. The Ravens are I think they clinched the number one. Look, Baltimore and Steelers, they got a great rivalry going, but I got to give my condolences and my props to Baltimore. They balled out this season. They got a great squad down there in Baltimore. Enemy of respect, obviously. But we beat Baltimore already. We'll see if we can sweep them, but they're playing great. Like I said, I think they already clinched the number one seed in the Eastern Conference in the East. So AFC in the AFC, sorry. But basketball, sorry. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Happy New Year. The Steelers beat the Seahawks on the road in Seattle for the first time since 1983. We improved to 9-7. And we played the Baltimore Ravens, so I have that recap for you guys. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. Happy New Year. Stay safe, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your first night in 2024. And peace out, guys. See you guys later.